Welcome to Bike Social. We're here with Ducati and this is their new V4 Streetfighter. This is one of the most highly anticipated bikes of 2020. Now let me just give you some little figures just to raise you up from your seat. 208 horsepower, 25% better power weight ratio than any other naked bike, 178 kilograms. Take the V4 Panigale, remove all the bodywork, and you've got the ultimate street fighter. But with all that power, you need some control, which is why they've got the double biplane-esque type wings on the front to create more downforce. Now the problem with a naked bike is when you deliver all that power, the rider is sat further back, and when you accelerate really hard, the rider pulls on the forks and pulls on the bars that pulls the forks out the stanchion. So a naked bike actually wheelies more than a fully faired bike, just by the fact that the rider is acting like a sail, pulling on the bars every time you're dialing in the power. And with 208 horsepower, that is a lot of power. The downforce stops the wheelie, it keeps the bike more stable and reduces the wheelies. And Ducati are claiming this is not just a poster bike, this is an actual road bike. The seat is comfy, the ride is going to be plush, it's a little bit softer, and there's even a pillion accessory. This is the standard model with the shower suspension front and back. There'll also be an S model with semi-active suspension. Prices $17,595 for the standard, $19,795 for the S. Full safety pack comes as expected, traction control, cornering ABS, everything you would expect with Ducati safety. Personally, I think this is one of the highlights of 2020, an over 200 horsepower naked bike with full electronic traction control. It looks stunning in the flesh. They've kind of designed this Joker style face to the bike, which I think really, really works. We just can't wait to ride this one. We're here with Paolo, project manager here in Ducati, and we've just unveiled the stunning Streetfighter V4, which is an absolute work of art. But there must have been a time in the project when you were looking at 208 horsepower on a naked bike and going, how are we going to control that? Was there never a decision where you thought about reducing the power, or was it always keen to?
No, starting from the beginning, we thought about the new Streetfighter. We decided to create something of mad. Because to us, as the mad was the first Streetfighter, we wanted to create something that was mad in terms of mad even for the new one. So what is more mad than 208 horsepower? So we decided to take the Panigale before, remove the fairing, replace the handlebar with a higher and wider handlebar, and that's all. Of course, there is some other differences because this is a naked bike instead of a sport bike, but in terms of performance, we wanted to offer something that was really close to the performance of the Panigale before. And in fact, internally, we said that the Streetfighter was the Panigale before for the Futa. Do you know what is Futa? It is a beautiful curvy road that is close to Borgo Panigale. And then we have the problem to, as you say, how to manage 208 horsepower on a naked bike. And considering that 1 year ago we launched the Panigale R, and we introduced the wings that are on the Ducati are really working wings. We are not just cosmetic or a piece of design. We asked to our colleague of Ducati Corse to develop the same concept even for the Streetfighter. At the beginning, we applied the wings of the Panigale V4R.
Just a single wing?
Just a single wing to test, to start the development of the bike. But of course, in terms of design, that was not right, because are too wide. And we wanted to create something that was as clean as possible in terms of side view. So the designer, together with the specialistic of aerodynamic Ducati Corse, designed these beautiful biplane wings that in terms of efficiency are really closer to the one of the Panigale before, because just to remind some data, Panigale before wings delivered 30 kilos at 270 kilometers per hour, while the biplane wings of the Streetfighter 28. So in terms of efficiency are quite the same.
Close, yes.
And this help to manage 208 horsepower because it increased dramatically the stability of the bike.
Yeah.
And this helped to reduce as much as possible the modification to the chassis. Because, for instance, the chassis, the swing arm is just is really a little bit longer respect to the one used for the Panigale before.
Yes.
But without the wings, we would have to
maybe a huge swing.
Huge swing arm. That,
yeah.
Of course, it is not
To stop the
possible.
wheelies,
It is not possible because of the bike. We want to offer even a bike that is agile on open road.
Yes.
Because we know perfectly that just a few customers use the bike on the track. The main environment of this bike is the road. So we wanted to offer a bike that was agile even open road. So the biplane wings, together with the modern and advanced electronic of the Panigale before, because in terms of electronic, it's the same electronics of the Panigale before model year 2020.
Yes.
Help to manage this incredible performance.
And is the bike limited in terms of top speed?
No, it's naturally limited for two reasons. One, because there is no fairing, so there is no protection against the air. The rider is not protected enough because there is no fairing, no plexiglass, and then because the final ratio is shorter respect the Panigale
it's shorter, okay.
So the top speed is around 290 kilometers per hour. That for a naked bike, we think that is
strong neck.
It's enough. So we didn't have the necessity to limit the power, the speed of the bike.
It's not speed limited, it's done by gearing. Yeah, I see, thank you. And the suspension, I assume, is much plusher, much softer than the V4.
Because due to the fact that, for instance, the DS use the electronic suspension with a simple adjustment of the suspension, we offer a bike that is comfortable even on the road.
Yes.
And for instance, the seat he has a 30 millimeter, 60 millimeter foam thickness. On the Panigale before, it's just 30.
Just 30.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to create a compromise between suspension and the seat to not dramatically change the suspension performance, for instance, on track.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your time.